A good evening. Do not attempt to adjust your video, for there is nothing wrong. We will return it to you as soon as you are grooving. This is Brother J the Protege, and I'm here to give you a presentation. This is a presentation for those who exercise the right to stand for the national anthem, and those who exercise the right to sit for the national anthem. For those who are standing for the national anthem, this might be a major incident for those who stand. But since this is not a major incident, it features the majority, we're not talking about the majority. We're talking about the minority. So it's probably not appropriate, according to this racial climate, that it be in a majority key or a major key. So I present to you the minor version of the same song. And keep in mind, this is the third verse for you, Colin Kaepernick. Keep sitting strong. Want to hear it? Here you go. Okay. Some of you may or may not have seen my rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. It's a major situation, but it's done in a minor key. I did it in a minor key because it's not about the major or the majority. It's about the minority. We have a situation in our country that people are not aware of, or they act like they're not. This is major, but I did it in a minor key because it has a better feel when it's in a minor key. It sounds about right. Okay, I had to adjust the sound. Make sure it's right. Okay, now, the Star-Spangled Banner. Most people have not heard the third verse. My son, who saw the first part of this video, which is done on guitar in minor to give you a taste of what the minor sounds like to the ear, he was waiting for to hear the words. Well, I'm going to show you the words, and you're going to hear me sing them in the background. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the words and try to explain them, because no one's ever heard these words sung at any game or any other event that I know of. If they have, it's a shame if they don't feel a certain way about them. So I'm going to try to do a real brief explanation of the words, and then I'm going to give you the music that goes with them. All right, the first part is, and where is that band? That's the band. Not no musicians. Not nobody grouping together to sing or rap or spit a verse. None of that. It's a band of brothers that got together and decided that they wanted to be free. And they saw the opportunity when the British came along and said, you know what? You could be free if you join with us. Seems like a foul thing to think about. But is freedom that bad? How desperate are you if you really want to be free? So a group of people gathered together as a band of brothers, and they attempted to be free. Francis Scott Key saw this. This is why he wrote this song, because he saw the destruction and the death of those people who tried to be free. He gloried in it, so much to the point that he wrote these words. So the band in the third verse represents the band of brothers that made an attempt to be free. Okay, that's the first part. Okay, so it goes from the band, and it goes on to say, who so vauntingly swore, all right, that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, all right, our home and country should leave us no more. Some of this doesn't make sense, but think back to the time. A home and country should leave us no more. The slaves were the property of the people who were trying to develop this new land in this country. To see them go, they would realize that they couldn't develop this land. So everything was placed on the backs of these slaves to make sure that this country came into being. When they saw the slaves try to leave and be free, they saw their country literally trying to escape. Okay? Just put that in perspective, realizing that it was built on the backs of slaves. Okay, let's go back. Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps pollution. Third verse, Star Spangled Banner. Okay. Then the hard part of the verse. No refuge could save. The hireling or slave. Okay, some people want to know, what's a hireling? Okay, there were people that weren't slaves, that weren't black Americans, black Africans, or whatever you wanted to call them back then, that also needed work because they were poor. So they were put in the fields in the same places as the slaves, but they were paid a wage for whatever they tilled or toiled in the field. Those people were called hirelings. They were also part of wanting to be free from this poverty-stricken situation among the slaves and the other people at their level. Okay? If you've ever seen the movie 12 Years a Slave, you remember the one individual who wasn't a black or wasn't from Africa who worked with them and he got paid. He's called a hireling. Some of you may or may not have seen that. Okay, that's where the word comes from. Okay, continues. From the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Okay? Then the finale of the verse, just like all of the other verses, which there's 5 of them in total. And the Star Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave, still the mother's English, or the land, which means over the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Now I'm going to put them in order according to the music. Okay. Music coming up. And I'll flash the cards as the song continues. This is a rough draft. The audio, the music, the video, it's all rough. It's just off the cuff, last minute, put together. I'm not going to say that I hope you enjoy it, but I hope you try and understand it. Okay? Music. Here we go. And where is that man who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion of home and country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps, pollution. No refuge could save the hireling enslaved from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph does the wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the home of the brave. Maybe now you'll understand Colin Kaepernick just a little bit more. There ain't nothing else left to be said.